Hey, my name's Hyatt Gonzer, and in this video, I want to share just some general things that I've noticed since being on a fruitarian and raw vegan diet, and also some stuff just like after that as well, because I'm not raw vegan at the moment. I haven't been for a long time. I generally go through like little periods of going raw for maybe a few weeks, and then start eating cooked food again. Generally, nowadays, the only time I can consistently stay fruitarian is when I'm in the tropics, where it's just a lot easier. There's more abundance, better fruit quality, and all that. But being here in the US, I'm generally eating cooked food almost every day. Still eating a lot of fruit. Fruit is still pretty much always my first meal. And I try to eat at least like 50% of my diet being fruit. So, a couple things that I wanted to mention that I notice about my body, and I don't know for sure whether it's fruitarianism or a raw diet that has caused this. Because, like I said, I haven't eaten completely raw in a few years for like very long amounts of time. I'm still eating a lot of cooked food and eating more than just like fruit. So I'm eating a lot of greens and grains and things like that right now. And I'm not necessarily eating that way because I feel like it's ideal for me or because I want to. I still always feel best eating a raw food diet, especially a high fruit diet. I'm mostly just eating this way because it's convenient and because of addiction and habit and things like that. But my longest streak being completely raw was a period of almost 2 years was where I was totally raw, and I would say there was a good at least like 8 months or so where I was eating all fruit, all like 80-10-10, low fat, sweet fruit, and that was my entire diet. So I've had some good experience with fruitarianism. And during that time, part of that period, I was in Hawaii, and that's when I first noticed like some teeth issues. So a couple things that have been kind of present for me the last few years is a lot of dental issues, um, which mostly started when I was fruitarian, but also when my dental issues were happening, I wasn't brushing my teeth. I went probably over a year without almost ever brushing my teeth or flossing, and went through like at least a 5 year period of not going to the dentist. So those are all just factors where I feel like no matter what diet that I'm eating, that probably negatively affected my teeth. So I'm not 100% sure that it's like just the fruit's fault. I think that almost any diet for humans is causing a lot of decay and all that, and we basically need to like kind of keep up with our teeth in different ways. It's kind of a strange thing. I don't really know how to eat for teeth in a way that's like natural, where we just like don't lose our teeth and get decay. I don't know. And we just like live such long lives as human beings compared to other apes and things like that. It seems like we just have a lot more time for our teeth to kind of rot. So I definitely don't know how to like guide anyone as far as keeping healthy teeth. And yeah, I think it's something that I notice a lot in the fruitarian community is dental issues. There's some fruitarians who have been eating mostly fruit and all raw for years who claim that they have like perfect teeth, that they like pretty much never brush their teeth, and say that they've been to the dentist like for the first time in years, and the dentist just says they have like perfect teeth, and they don't ever do anything. So it's hard for me to really know what's true and what really works. But for a lot of other people, I hear, and this is what happened for me, is like at first, before I went raw, I had some dental stuff sensitivity going on, and then I went fruitarian, and my teeth actually started to regenerate and feel really good and felt a lot better. But then just after a few years of eating high raw and mostly fruit, my teeth started to degenerate, and I started getting a lot of cavities and started getting pretty bad. I've made some videos in the past kind of showing my teeth, um, and you can see how bad they've gotten, and I've gotten a little bit of dental work done since then. And something else that I've noticed recently in the last couple of years is just kind of less hair volume or thickness. Like it's probably, I still have a lot of hair, obviously, and like it's probably not very easy to see on camera, but I definitely noticed that I can see like through my hair and to the scalp more than I've ever been able to before. So I just noticed that there's not as much, yeah, hair like in the scalp area. And that also seems to be a common thing with fruitarians is like teeth and hair issues, like male pattern baldness or just, yeah, hair loss. And yeah, it's also tough to say, like, because I imagine if we were in the tropics where the fruit is in good soil and we had all the minerals and stuff in that rich soil, maybe it would be more sustainable, but most of us, in yeah, more modern countries where we just kind of get our stuff at the supermarket. Stuff isn't ripe, it's not grown in good soil, um, it's often sprayed, things like that. So I feel like that can probably play a big role in just like not having enough minerals in the fruit and things like that. So it's really difficult to get everything that we need in a fruitarian diet, say like in the US or Canada or other places like that. There seems to be this like interesting, like common thing that happens that I hear from a lot of people who've tried fruitarianism, and that's kind of like everything seems to regenerate and grow back and become like better and thicker. Like my teeth and my hair, they both seem like I had less hair loss whenever I went fruitarian, and it seemed like everything was just thicker and cleaner, and I didn't have like all the oiliness and all that. Um, but then after like a few years, it seems like it starts to deteriorate more and more on a fruitarian diet. And maybe not always, but I've definitely heard several accounts of that same sort of pattern. But as far as I can tell, it seems like my teeth and hair are mostly the only downsides to my experience on a fruitarian diet. And like I keep mentioning, I still don't know how much my hair and teeth have been influenced specifically by just the fruit or like what other factors are contributing to that as well. It seems like a lot of hair stuff is also pretty hereditary, and there's probably a lot of other factors that go into that. But it seems like the benefits that I get from a fruitarian diet are pretty much endless. And I won't go into like everything that can bring because that could be a whole video in itself, of all the benefits, just like tons and tons of benefits from fruitarianism. But I think that a major thing for me is my mental clarity and my connection to what feels like some sort of spiritual source. And I think that those are some of the biggest reasons that I do like to adhere to a fruitarian diet is that I feel so clear in my head, and also my body feels great. My body feels so light and like unobstructed and like um, so flexible and fluid. It feels amazing, and I just feel more confidence. Like when I'm not eating fruitarian, I feel like my mood kind of shifts and changes a whole lot, and I can more easily be susceptible to being depressed and to being like self-conscious with my body, and with my behavior. I get more insecure. I have more intrusive thoughts that are negative whenever I'm not eating raw. And I also worry about the future a lot more. And sometimes things like losing my teeth and my hair can be a big thing for me, a big source of anxiety, where I'm like, oh my God, the future is not looking so good. Like, I'm just gonna lose all my teeth and hair and be this crazy, like, fruitarian guy that is just like unattractive. And like those kinds of thoughts can come to me a lot when I'm eating poorly. But when I'm eating a fruitarian diet, I just feel like so wholesome and so good, in myself that I don't even care if I lose my teeth or hair. It's really this interesting psychological shift where I'm just so content with myself. I'm like, okay, just like let my hair and teeth fall out. If that's what has to happen for me to feel this good in my body and my mind and feel this connected, like I don't even care. I just want to have this feeling all the time. And that's like a continuous thing for me. If I just eat like just a few days on only fruit can help put me in that state of mind. If I go like a week or more, I'm just kind of in this blissful content state almost all the time. I feel like I just can't really be messed with. It's just like such a solid state of contentment. And it's definitely my mission to get back to that state. I really do want to be fruitarian again. It's just been so long since I've actually been fully fruitarian for more than like a few months. I'd really love to get another like year streak at least of being fruitarian, even if it's not doing great things for certain parts of my body, like my teeth and hair. It just feels so good everywhere else. Every other aspect of my life seems to just be so much more enhanced. So if you're contemplating raw veganism and fruitarianism and you just want to be as natural as possible, like I did, I would suggest probably still cleaning your teeth and potentially going to dentist visits every once in a while, at least once every couple of years or something, just to make sure, because I kind of wish that I had done that instead of being so stubborn about trying to be natural and trying to just like not do any of that, even though it really sucks. Like, I wish I didn't have to brush my teeth. It'd be so nice to just never have to brush my teeth or floss or go to the dentist. But I think for me, it would have been a lot more worth it to do those things and to avoid all the dental issues that I've had. All right, so those were the main things I wanted to talk about in this video. I'll try to put more videos out there talking about my journey with fruitarianism and just like health in general and what I've noticed with my body and mind through all these different lifestyle changes. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk with you in the next one.